Hey, how are you? So, it's Sunday night, it's a new week, and we're moving forward. So let's get into it. So just want to address, I'm having so many conversations with people and hearing all different angles. I'm getting all different types of questions and ideas. And what it gets down to is why speak about a minute, right? From so many conversations, so viele conversations, was me kan haben, was ich will haben, was is off my mind. Zit ich mit der Schare betuchen and I just elaborate on the cipher instead of, speaking about suicide, speak about money, speaking about mental health, speaking about happiness, shadichem, government politics. There's so many discussions. And the tenet is that no matter what and where, wie man is in Leben, und was geschieht in unser Leben, müssen wir haben eine Minne. Und wir müssen haben betuchen. Und wir gehen davon kennen herantappen und trust. So Menschen, was der Wort eine Minne oder full of faith, also it's triggering, weißt du, man? And that's okay, weil the body react andere Wegen to certain languages and certain traumas. So man can also just even trust, Forget about any label, just the word trust. Trusting. So the point is, schechillig wie ein Mensch is in life, geht müssen haben trust. If er is single, geht davon haben trust. If he's married, gaat davon haben trust. Is it to navigate in the marriage? But nehmt man schon die Kinder in Geider, man haben trust. Als jong in een Geider, en es an andere issues, auch a trust. No matter ob es geht, ob es schlecht, ist trust. Wo gegangen wird von dich $1 million, das ist trust. Was gemacht $1 million, das ist auch trust. Wie is I handling the $1 million? Was ga ich tun damit? How am I going to make sure not to lose it? And trust is also wie a river. Es float, es ist fein, es ist still, es ist ruhig. And es ist ein Stück an Stress zieh dem. And at some point, if you practice it long enough, ein Mensch vielleicht hört aus, ob es eine kleine Schiere, eine kleine Sache, es darf nicht an mich, es kann sein, für die andere Schieren. Von connecting to trust, at some point, können wir Sachen werden, Sachen geringer, but like a half a year in, geht schon also ich up and downs in life. Because no matter ob ist dann up oder down, which is auch a perception, wie sie mir kickt das you're still gonna have faith. I've got done directed to faith. So I'm gonna be a state of mind of stress-free. Stress-free life. Sei man stressed, weil man low in Geld. Oder man stressed, weil man hat Geld, man weiß nicht, wie es zu handeln, man weiß nicht, was man soll es heranlegen. Es heranlegen Stocks oder heranlegen Crypto. Man hat sich zu sorgen, ich weiß nicht, ob es besser mit FOMO ist. So trust is just flow. It's like in a flow state. And it doesn't matter what's happening in your life. Die bist, ich bin, flow state. And when practices genig lang, you really see it, feel it, start becoming untouchable. Start becoming untouchable. En Menschen arim dich, und ich kann verstehen, was geht vor mit dem. Was tut denn schon so, was tut denn schon hin? Ich wollte wenn. Und sie gar nicht verstehen, because they're not connected to what you're connected to. And that's okay. And jeder eine hat sich seine Journey, jeder eine geht davon haben trust in andere situations, jedem's life is different. Und jeder eine hat sich seinen Test, jeder eine hat sich seinen Päckl. And there's no pointing fingers. And there's no trachten als ob jens wollt wenn geschehen, wollt es gewinn besser. And you know, the crazy things is mentioned here to control in life, to control the outcomes, and how tiring it gets. And what a waste of time and energy. Und sie do auf der Welt nicht so lang. And it's just too short to live a stressed life. Es ist echt nicht wert, you know. So I'm gonna reingehen, do. And yeah, what we're gonna learn today, was uns gehen hand durchgehen, do, is in the gate von was ich gesagt bis jetzt. And the same ideas. So the last video, I'm gered wegen Torah benefits, like spiritually, wie also trust helft der Mensch spiritually. But do it as in the next heilig, materialistically benefits. So material benefits of having trust. Up until this point, the author has been listing the Torah advantages of Batuchen. In the reminder of this introduction, he will discuss the advantages that Batuchen brings to a person and his materialistic pursuits. In the pursuit of Bakimen materialistic Sachen. The benefit of Batuchen in worldly matters are as follows. Stress-free. The benefit is, to put it down in 2 words, stress-free. We will not stress-free. Among them is the peace of mind from the worries of the world and tranquility from the nagging of the spirit and its pain, which is due to the person's lack of obtaining his physical desires. So was mind is stress-free? I thought my peace of mind from the worry was some spirit kann ich sitzen ruhig, weil fühlt, dass lackt etwas. Halt nicht der Kerl, was will, halt nicht der Hose, was will, halt nicht der Wab, was will. V'chulu. A person who does not have Batuchen is never at peace because he always feels that he is lacking. Eibig feelt a lack. But a person who has Batuchen is at rest. Maar dus dat Batuchen is ruhig, is at peace, feels secure and is at peace in this world, as it's written, blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord shall be his trust. Blessed is the mensch der has trust, and God wird on trust. And as the following verse, it shall be like a tree planted by water and by rivulet spread its roots. Hat vielen also wie a Baum, was wächst gleich lebende Wasser in the roots, geht rup inten, and se touch the Wasser a ganze Zeit, and es hat unlimited water. And the Baum darf sich nicht sorgen wegen bekommen Wasser von Regen, ob sie nicht du kann Regen. Yeah. So, immunity from the forgage of traveling. So that brengen noch a Sache materialistically, wenn ein Mensch macht Panusse, wie er sich trust, geht ihm helfen. Ja, sehr Sachen in der Cipher ist geschrieben 1300 Jahre zurück, so it's in the Welt gewesen an einer andere Stage. So, wir darf können try zu hören, was sagt, und es applyen to today's society. So wegen dem elaborate ich a Sach, because ich try es zu maßbesannen a Weg, wie man kann es verstehen in today's society. But eine von der powerful Sachen, was uns schappen ist, und was ich auch gehabt habe, ich lernen das, ist that 1300 Jahre zurück in jetzt, even though it's a different world, it's different times, the pursuit to faith and the Weg, wie sie Menschen operate, ist eibig gewähnt dasselbe, regardless wie die Technology Welt halt. Es ist eibig gewähnt, Menschen haben eibig gefühlt anxiety, Menschen haben eibig gedacht arbeiten and work on their spiritual state. So another advantage of Batuchen is as it affects a person in his material pursuit. Among the worldly benefit is that having Batuchen creates in a person the peace of mind that comes from not needing to travel long distance. Geht nicht fühlen, wie in order for him zu machen Geld, muss travel a long distance. Such travel can destroy a person's body and can even cause him death due to the exclusive motion and change of climate involving. So back damals, als einer sich herausgelost auf den Weg zu einer anderen Stadt, zu gehen machen Geld, zu gehen machen a deal, so it was a serious risk. Didn't know what type of, was geht anbumpen, was the climate geht sein, ob es geht sich nicht mehr schneien out of nowhere. You can easily die. Maar Menschen sind betochen, fehlt nicht the need, and glaubt, dass God would provide in the place where he is. The author quotes a verse that supports the notion that exclusive travel can cause a person to lose strength and death. As it says, he has afflicted my strength on the way, he has shortened my days. The author will relate a story to make his point. And as it has been, the point, as it has been related regarding einer Minne gegangen auf a Weg und hat angebombt in a Sternseher, einer was that worships the stars. He went to a faraway land to seek his sustenance during the beginning of his Adling. Got ausgefuhren auf a lange Weg in the beginning von seiner journey from faith. During his travel, he met a star worshipper. Auf dem Weg hat angebombt an idol worshipper in a city where he had arrived. Eine von den cities ist umgekommen zu. The Mensch said, gesagt for the worshipper, how much are you in a state of ultimate blindness and lack of understanding in your service of the stars? The idol worshipper replied, sucht for the idol worshipper, wie ist dein lack of understanding, die glaubst in the Sternes? The idol worshipper replied, and to whom do you serve? The atheist replied, I serve the God, to the ultimate God that can do anything and who sustains me all the time. Sterne sind nicht meine Gott, ich habe the ultimate God that can do anything for me, and there's no one like him. So the idol worshipper hat ihm gesagt, your actions contradict your words. How so? Sagt ihm, als was du sagst, der Weg wie du lebst dein Leben contradict was du sagst. So fragt ihn, wie also? The idol worshipper replied, if what you're saying is true, that you believe in God, then God would provide for you in your city just as he's provided for you until now. And you wouldn't feel the need to bother yourself to come this far. So, da was wenn geglaubt, was das da du? Da was wenn back, du glaubst so stark in dein Gott, was bist das, da kommen zu der Stutt, geht zurück zu wie wir gekommen sind, and God is going to provide for me from there. which in the argument, the mensch, the Baal B'tochen, was shut down. He felt shut down. Consequently, he returned to his land, accepting upon himself to be an ethic from the time, and never left his city again. Ik ben like, wow, gerecht, steren zei. And he went back to his, and I said gang to zijn stoot. So, I have a bisschen around check and do of the commentary, because it's interesting. The argument of the Balamina was shut down. Rabbi Yaakov Emden argues that there is a valid reason that can cause a person inability to find livelihood in the place of dwelling, requiring for him to travel. Das ist nicht eibig also, weil eine actually traveled von Panusa, meint nicht, also ist nicht der Balamina. Kann sein, als the Weg, wie sie davor benennen, is by traveling and durchgehen jene journey. So got that, we bring up two different ideas. And Ender writes that this was in fact his own situation, and that it was not due to a lack of trust in God. Israel got a lack in trust, rather it was the will of God that he traveled to earn his livelihood. It was the will of God, das hat Gott gewollt. Also soll machen Geld, soll ihm fuhren, for whatever reason, as an spirit, as an neshama, soll sein on andere locations. That's really what an elevated consciousness is you stop questioning for was, for when, for wie. Verstehst du das? Dann neshama, dann consciousness, gedacht sein auf der location, noch damit gedacht sein auf andere location. So God creates situations in life, and where you're like, okay, ich darf gehen durch, ich darf gehen dort, ich darf gehen hin, ich darf gehen her. He continues that this is also the advice of our sages in the Talmud. A person who does not find sustenance in the city should go travel to another city. Das du actually Plätze, wie es steht, als ob eine mach ich kein Geld in seiner Stutt, soll gehen zu einer anderen Stutt. Which is the idea of Mashana Mukim, Mashana Mazel. Which can sound for many, many reasons. Zu meiner sind verstehen mit der Reason jedemol is illusional. But in verstehen als in so einer kleine pity Mensch mit einer kleinen Moech. In meinen sind wir so groß, und sind wir so powerful. But from billions and billions and trillions of things that are happening just in this universe. Just the Sachen, was geschehen auf der Welt. Und sind wir just ein Mensch. Du billions and trillions of Chais and species and alles läuft, and alles läuft. So, you know, we don't get too stuck in the feelings, emotions, ideas. Understand that you're a small part of a huge picture. The person does not merit to find his livelihood in his hometown and must travel to provide for himself because of his sins, because exile brings forgiveness. So Kenzana darf fuhren because that's a decree on his, because of his sins, and exile, the Charimriken, brings forgiveness. Number 2, was a Kenzan, is God causes a person to travel so that he does not be around the evil people of his town. Kenzan a mensch, a righteous mensch, wohnt in a Platz von evil Menschen. And by the way, a evil town, evil Menschen, kann sein, jeder eine läuft der Schiel mit langen Pais, mit Mikvas, kann auch sein, es ist just a evil society. And God will nicht, dass soll sein in jener Platz. So, create, dass soll davon gehen, machen Panuse jetzt anders, und soll sein weiniger an dem Menschen. So God is sheltering you. Number 3, was can sein, the need to travel might simply be a test from God to see his belief and his non-waver despite those hardships. Because this is a plain push to test. God wants to see, wie sie geist reacten, geist sagen so wie like, wow, kiek wie schwer ich darf arbeiten, ich darf fuhren zu China, ich darf sein weg von meiner Family für 2 Wochen, wollte wenn so gewollt, so sitzen in der Office, so wie mein Chavermechel, and etc. But mit Trust, jeder weiß der Mensch, als ist auf sein Path, ist auf sein Lane. Kijkt nicht auf keinem, sieht nicht keinem. Yeah. So the Baal Shem Tov teaches that divine providence leads a person to a certain place. So this is Baal Shem Tov sagt, das ist divine providence, als ein Mensch darf sein an a certain Platz, und als sag mal, God is going to use Panusa as a thing to move a person around the globe. He explains the verse, and you will go to the place that the Lord your God will choose to make his name dwell. Gaat dich schicken wie will, du sollst sein, because there's a part of God that needs to dwell in that place. As follows: you must know that you go from one place to another place. God has chosen this path. This is a path which God has chosen for dich, so that his name will dwell there. God orchestrated that you end up in a specific place in order to spread the light of God in that very place. That you should, as a Mensch soll spreading the light from God in jene Platz, wherever wie is. Ramadan concludes with a simple question: if indeed God orchestrated that a person needs to travel for business, why did this authentic not want to respond to the idol worshipper? Oy, a Mensch weiß, dass a Sachmul der Beschäfer schickt ihm Yarim, how come der Tzadik, der Maas, was zum gesucht befahr, wenn da reingebumpt in the idol worshipper, and the idol worshipper hat ihm gesucht, was bist du? Ist zurückgegangen nach Heim. So his answer is, the reason why Valmina turned home, the reason why he says zurückgegangen gegangen was his realization that traveling caused him to be near bad people. So gehabt as actually wie is, sein Stut, is the Menschen sei gitte Menschen, and actually when I traveled is him schlechte Menschen. So he saw this whole story of bumping in to the idol worshipper as a divine message, as draait him and guy zurück heim. But the trustworthy person did not even respond to the idol worshipper, meaning he didn't even respond to the question, because he did not want to waste his time talking to an idol worshipper. Meaning, it schnell gehabt the message, and he went home. So when ein is echt connected, alles was geschieht in sein Life ist nicht so coincidental. Es ist pink geschehen, es ist pink da so, pink dahin, pink daher. Actually very, very in tune and understands and hears the messages and the callings. As I mentioned, they don't. You know, let's say the school or the camp will not accept einem Kinder in the camp. Instead, wenn they sehen als a message from God that maybe es do a bessere school für deine Kinder, es do a bessere camp, so ein anderer Plan für deine Kinder für den Sommer oder für den Winter. No. We got control in the situation. We got calm, the jene nugget and the andere nugget. We schreiben a check for the Manal, for the Rebbe, for the Rosh Hashiva. We got into drying. I mean, God is showing you the way, what's best for you. And that's a lot of time. Most of the time, we are the one that's in our own way. Unser Medeve stein in unser eigener Weg for success, from being on the right path, from the ultimate good. Wenn einer gehabt, als alles hat zu tun mit uns allein, mit how we connect to God, how we connect to trust, and what other people do and say, und was geht vor auf der Welt, und was geschieht, und wer ist der Präsident, und wie die Economy halt, und alle noise is identified as noise, nicht as reality. Reality is the connection was a mensch hat to the divine and to source. This is reality, nicht the TV. But bottom line, wherever you live, you have a divine mission. Spread the light of God. The bottom line is, es gechillig wie die bist, wie die geist und wie die steist, dein mission is to spread the light of God. To abandon the service of the king, a person who is desperate for money will take upon himself difficult jobs of working for the king, despite the hardship associated to keep the king satisfied. Pat lechem. So a mensch is desperate, a mensch feel desperate. A mensch kann sein auf viele sehr reich und feel sehr desperate. A mensch kann haben $20 million mit 1000 real estate apartments und noch alles feeling desperate. Und a mensch kann haben gut nicht and is feeling desperate bechlal. So we define our reality. Unser Idee was actually decide was ist normal, was ist nicht normal, ob ich bin geht, ob ich bin nicht geht, ob ich lack nicht, ob ich bin okay, ob ich bin nicht okay, based off unser perception on life or on our challenges or on the situation. The point von alles was so do in the cipher and what I'm trying to come across is always to elevate ourselves, go above the circumstances, above the situation, above the noise. It's a test. It's a 24/7 and a test. And we constantly gotta be in center, be connected, and choose to go higher. Es kommt daran noch a challenge. Einer sucht dich noch etwas, dann Baba callt dich, I don't know, whatever. You don't lose yourself, stay centered, and go above. Until ver'eibig. And that's why you see a lot of times I feel like the people that we lose in this world, especially my friend, I think you know, come to a certain level, we is echt connected to the divine, as the divine is like, hast du nicht was zu sichern, du auf der Welt, kommt zurück. But who knows, this is just my assumptions. Anyhow, be blessed.